Sup PYNP, it's Tom here coming at you through your speakers, and today's video is going to be about a website I use called MyFitnessPal, which is a great way to track your macros, your diet, and help you keep on track. But right now we're on the PYNP Facebook page. If you're not on it, remember to like and join up. We're almost at 500. Oh baby. Anyway, let's get off this thing and go to MyFitnessPal. Right, this is MyFitnessPal. It's a great website. It's a big database, basically full of generic and branded foods, and it's a really easy way to keep on top of tracking your macros. It's a website, but you also can get it on your smartphone, like your Blackberries and your iPod smartphones, so that makes it really accessible, really good. So if you're out and about and you buy a sandwich, you can quickly input it on there. If you haven't signed up, well, here is sign up now. You just have to type in your normal details. It may ask you a few questions, but let's get on to my thing. Let me sign in, and I'll show you how this thing works. This is MyFitnessPal, okay? It's a great way to track your diet, as I've said before. It's really well organised, and I'm just going to show you the basics of how to use it. I don't use all its tools. I mean, you can track exercise, you can, be part of a community on here where you can share your diet and, keep you motivated with others. There's loads of stuff in here, calculating your BMI, things like that. But what I use this for is basically just for keeping track of my diet and macros. I use it on the basic really, but I'm going to quickly show you how I use it. Okay, so here is your calendar. Okay, your calendar's here. You can scroll through days. It's Saturday today, yesterday was Friday, and the day before that was Thursday, obviously. Right, so let's go to today. Alright, so this is basically my day. I've got my breakfast and pre-workout, but we all know that I'm on IF, so I don't eat till about 5 o'clock. So I start eating at my post-workout, lunch, dinner, and before bed. And as you can see, it's got everything I've eaten throughout the day. Whey protein, we got chicken breast here, and it tracks your calories, your carbs, your fats, your proteins, and I choose to track my fibre as well because that's very important. I'm going to show you quickly how to use it. So let's say it's tomorrow, it's Sunday, and you've just started up, and this is basically what you get when you go to Food Diary up here. You get a blank screen, and you're like, well, what the fuck do I do now? Well, I'll show you. Right, so we go to, say you're not like me, you don't do IF, so you have breakfast. So we go to add food here. Now, I've used this website for a while now, and what's great about this website, it saves all the foods you've used before into your account, so you don't have to keep searching for foods over and over again. Once you've used one food item, it sticks there. So you got your most used, so obviously with a mega freeze, I used to have egg on toast every morning, so I've got my eggs there, olive oil, things like that. I used to also have cereal with my eggs. But anyway, so that because I use them a lot, they get stored in my most used database, okay? But then you've got your recent as well, which, so say if you had a one-off food item one day and you've got it again the next day, it will be in your recent foods. You've also got your My Foods here, which are basically everything on your list that you have inputted yourself. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You can also create meals and recipes, but I don't do that. I just remember how to make my food. Anyway, so yeah, so this is how you search for a new food item. So you go to the search bar here, and say in the morning you had, I don't know, cornflakes. Okay, oh god, doesn't say cornflakes. It says cornflakes. Cornflakes. Okay, so we search, and there we got Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. Let's say I had Crunchy Nut cornflakes. So we go to there, and you got your serving suggestions here. So we've got 50-gram serving with 25 ml semi-skimmed milk, and so you click how many servings. So say you might have had 100 grams, you might be a fat bastard. So you can put 2 servings there. Let's say you had 1 serving, and it's at breakfast, and you add that to your food diary. Boom, it's up. It shows you how many calories was in that, how many carbs, fat, protein, and fiber. Now, so if the next day I want to say it's Monday, and I go to add food, certainly in my most recent, I've got Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. It's saved it in my database, so I don't have to go searching for it again. So this is a really great way to track your food. Now, as I said before, I like to track my fiber, and you can be quite specific with which nutrients you want to track yourself. And all you have to do to change what carbs, fats, proteins, and fibers you get, you can go to foods, then settings. Then down here you can track your carbohydrates, your fats, protein, fiber, and if you go into the drop down menu, you have 5 options here to track. So say if you were, I don't know, deficient in iron, you could track your iron. So if I select iron there and go to save changes, and then I go to food, then my thing, so now I've got iron here as well as my fiber, protein, fat, and carbs and calories, and it tracks my iron. So there we go, 16, I'm pretty sure that's milligrams. But like I said, I don't track iron, so I'll go back into settings and I'll just hit none. So there. Now you can change your meal names as well in settings, so breakfast, pre-workout, post-workout, lunch, dinner, before bed. You could just have meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. You could have whatever you like. Now you can also make like a profile with this website, and you can you can share your diet with friends or with the public, whatever. I just go private. I don't give a shit about that. Now this website is really great because a lot of people use it, and the more people that use it, the more the database grows. So basically you can pretty much find whatever you want to find on this website, anything specific. I mean, whether it be fruit, specific brands, sweets, chocolate, anything. But sometimes you search for a food and nothing comes up, and it's not in the database, so what the hell do you do there? So for example, let's say farm fresh chocolate milk. I don't know how chocolate milk can be farm fresh. I've just made that up. Maybe there are a few chocolate cows out there. I don't know. But if we search that, no results found. Now sometimes, only sometimes, this happens. So what do? Well, what you do is you go to food, then my foods, and you go to create food, which is here, and you basically create the food. So you have to look at the nutrition label on the back, but let's go with this farm fresh chocolate milk. So that's farm fresh chocolate milk. Let's say farm fresh was the brand, okay, and food description, shit, food description, that's not what I want, fuck, farm fresh chocolate milk. Now it didn't exist, so if we go to continue, there we go. So I have the serving size, so let's say it was 250 milliliters. How many? No, we got 5 servings in one container. Yeah, and you can put the calories here, the total fat here, carbs here, the dietary fibers here, sugar, protein. You can input all of this as you want. I only, when concerning the foods I input, I only really put in the calories, the fat, the carbs, and the fiber and the protein. Everything else I don't really give a shit about. But so let's say, I don't know, 300 calories. I'm just guesstimating here. 100 grams of fat. I'm not gonna do that. 20 grams. I don't know. 5 grams of protein. Okay, so you've input all your data here, and then down here it says, would you like to add this food to your food diary now? Considering whether you're drinking it now or not, but let's say, yes, I do want to add it to my food diary now, and I had it for lunch, right? You can also say, no, do not add this to my food diary at this time. And you can also, to help our food database grow, I always click yes for this, just to help the database grow. But you can obviously click no if you want, if you're a selfish bastard. And now you can click save food or save and create another. I don't want to create any more, so I'll go to save food. And then if we look at lunch, farm fresh chocolate milk, 250 mils, 300 calories, 20 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein. And that will, you know, add on to my daily consumption. But you know, I don't want that because it doesn't exist and I didn't have it. So you can just take it away by clicking the minus buttons here. You can also edit anything on your main page. So say you planned to have 1 banana, but instead you had 2 bananas. You can click it on the link and then click 2 servings, save changes. And then if you go down 2 bananas now, here it's got 2 medium bananas, and it basically doubles up all the macronutrients and again adds to your totals. So yeah, that's how you add foods if you know, if they aren't on the database. It's pretty easy. Obviously on my foods here, it saves everything I've inputted onto the database. So I've got Skittles, milk, I've got a lot of chocolate and sweets on it, but Milky Way, some candy sticks, Belgian dark chocolate, fish fingers, mature cheddar cheese, you know, all that good stuff. Hey, look, there's some spinach there. Pickled baby beetroot, nice. But anyway, that's all the foods I've created, and we'll go back to a food diary. Come on. Right, so all these numbers will total to a daily, to daily amounts, and you can have a daily calorie goal, daily carb goal, daily fat goal, daily protein goal. Now, when you go to my home and then go to goals here, here we have our goals. So my goal is 2,500 calories a day. Now, these aren't the exact grams I actually shoot for, but this website works with percentages, which are great to start off with. So if we go into here to change goals, go to custom, continue. Here, look, if you see, they work in percentages, so it's 40%, 35%, 25%. You can't be very specific, it works in fives. So the closest I could get to what I actually want is these numbers here from 40, 35, 25, but I actually only need 190 grams of protein. I get about 70 to 80 grams of fat, and the rest come from carbohydrates. There's also these here, saturated fat, and you know, your cholesterol and your sodium. It tracks those goals as well, but I don't really give a crap about them really. Well, I do, but you know, I'm not anal about it. So yeah, they work in percentages, so they may not be as specific as you want. These percentages can be great to start off with, but once you start really getting to the nitty-gritty of what you need, protein, fat, carbohydrate-wise, percentages aren't going to really work. So basically what I do, I don't really give a shit about the percentages at the end of the day. If I go to my home and food diary, I literally just look at these numbers here and make sure they meet my goals. So today, I don't want 2 bananas, so I'm going to take that away. I'm going to change this to 1. Save changes. See, this is quite easy to use. Once you know how to use it, quite quick, quite good. But anyway, when I'm tracking my macros, I tend to just look at these totals here, and I make sure I get around 2,500 calories, 80 grams of fat, 190 grams of protein, and the rest come from carbs, and I make sure I hit that calorie, and I want to get around 30 grams of fiber. Now, that is my goal. Your goal might be totally different. You have to work that out yourself. I mean, I'll do a video on how to calculate your macros at a later date, but you might already know how to do all this. This is just something to make it a bit easier. Now, what I really like about this website is how it makes everything, it may seem complicated at first, but it actually makes things a lot easier, and you can find you have a lot more freedom than you thought. So I'm on a slow cut at the moment. 2,500 calories. I'm 6'2". I'm 181 pounds at the moment. So that's, lowish. I have quite a slow metabolism. But that's lowish. So I'm cutting at the moment. But even though I'm cutting, I can give myself some treats. This is kind of where if it fit your macros comes in, okay? So if you look at my totals at the end of the day, I've got 190 something grams of protein. That's more than enough I need, but I like chicken and I like meat, so I have a bit more. Shoot me. I get quite a bit of fat, 80 grams of fat, it's not bad, and the rest comes from carbohydrates, and I hit my calorie goals. I also make sure I get enough fiber. Now, when it comes down to my micronutrients, if I'm getting a variety of foods in my diet, then I will be alright. Now, those totals look pretty great to me. Now, you'll be surprised maybe that I actually have a few treats in my diet, okay? So here I've got caramel-filled cream, Cadbury's eggs. It was Easter a few days ago, and I still have a few of them laying around, so I had some of them. I also had some marshmallows. Um, and so, here I've got cooking with curry sauce here that, it was actually alright, macronutrient-wise, but still, you know, I get my vegetables, I get my, apple, banana, we got, what else? Wholemeal bread here, we got green beans, eggs. I mean, there's a whole load of food here, like tuna, olives, beetroot, gherkins. I also get my omega-3s in. So as you can see, there's a lot of variety here. And, I get fruit, veg, protein, different protein sources, and I also get some chocolate and sweets in there as well. I mean, this is a really great way to track your macros, so you make sure you hit your necessary, fiber goals, protein, fat, carb goals, but you this is a really good way to feel relaxed in the fact that you can have a treat. I mean, if more people looked into this way of thinking, if it meets your macros, it could cure obesity. I shit you not. I mean, who's been on a diet? If you tell someone who's overweight, to lose weight, you can only eat, lettuce, then it's not gonna work, is it? It's not gonna last long. But if you show them these simple guidelines and show them that they can have a treat, every day if they want, it's just about moderation, common sense, and variety. And once you know how to track this, it may seem daunting at first, like I said, but it is quite easy. I mean, it just takes, 5 minutes out your day to update it all. Um, and this can really help your diet. So this is a good example of how, if it meets your macros and counting your macros works. You can use this website. There are other websites out there as well that people use. This is just the website I use. I know some other people use it as well, like Matthew Ogus and people like that. Um, or you can just learn how to do it on here and then write it down yourself in a notebook if you find that easier. I just find this a little easier. I'm on the computer a lot anyway, so I may as well use it. So yeah, that is MyFitnessPal in its basic form. There's a lot of other things, like I said, you can do, but this is how I use it. This is how I suggest you use it as well, just to be simple. Um, and I hope you sign up and, have a go at least. And if you're already on it, then that's great. Or if you're on any other site, that's cool as well. So that was my tutorial of this site. I approve it. It's good. If you used MyFitnessPal before, I'm sorry if this all bored you. If you haven't used it before and you found this helpful, then, like the video, subscribe, comment if you know, I want to know if you have any questions, want me to answer. But yeah, I will see you again in another video. PYNP. Peace out!